Rashid, Kapadia here with an eloquence tip on a Wednesday. This is an analogy to one of my earlier tips where I said style without substance is awful. Here it is not by eloquence alone. Eloquence alone is temporary. It makes you feel good for a short while. It is ephemeral. Eloquence, when it is seamlessly stitched with substance and pragmatism, that is when it gets converted into an enduring message. So not with eloquence alone. Eloquence, even though it temporarily pleases. A good example may be from food. We know that a healthy diet is essential for long-term well-being, and frequently it doesn't taste good. So seasoning is what we use to make a healthy meal pleasant. The analogy sort of works. An important message must be substance and pragmatism, though sometimes it is hard for us to remember that message. So to make it more magnetic, more memorable, that's when we bring in some eloquence. It is the seasoning which makes the message both pleasant and enduring. And not many people ever did it better than that master orator, President John F. Kennedy. So why don't we look at a time when he did this, where he seamlessly stitched together soaring rhetoric, eloquence with substance, hard-headed reality, as well as pragmatic solutions. It's from one of my favorite speeches. I've referred to it in the past. It's called the American University Commencement Speech, or a Strategy of Peace speech. And what happened, the background is that the Cuban Missile Crisis, October 1962, was a time when we almost annihilated the planet, and both the leaders of the Soviet Union and the United States, Khrushchev and Kennedy, they had looked into an abyss and they said, enough, enough. This cannot be. And they both made huge efforts to find a way to peace. And this speech was the launch of Kennedy's campaign. It's called the American University Speech. Absolutely magnificent. Here is a small segment of it, but try to listen as a student for a master seamlessly stitching together eloquence, rhetoric, substance, reality, and pragmatism. Over to the master, John F. Kennedy. Now,
that is the most important topic on earth, peace. What kind of a peace do I mean, and what kind of a peace do we seek? I am talking about genuine peace, the kind of peace that makes life on earth worth living, the kind that enables men and nations to grow and to hope and build a better life for their children. Not merely peace for Americans, but peace for all men and women. Not merely peace in our time, but peace in all time. I am not referring to the absolute, infinite concept of universal peace and goodwill, of which some fantasies and fanatics dream. I do not deny the value of hopes and dreams, but we merely invite discouragement and incredulity by making that our only and immediate goal. Let us focus instead on a more practical, more attainable peace, based not on a sudden revolution in human nature, but on a gradual evolution in human institutions, on a series of concrete actions and effective agreements which are in the interests of all concerned. There is no single simple key to this peace, no grand or magic formula to be adopted by one or two powers. Genuine peace must be the product of many nations, the sum of many acts. It must be dynamic, not static, changing to meet the challenge of each new generation. For peace is a process, a way of solving problems,